Half of passengers in cable cars, make face masks mandatory, and put restrictions on bars and restaurants. While slopes are open in Switzerland, nearby France and Germany may strike a joint agreement to keep slopes closed through to early January. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
Catherine Tyndale edits City, News1130.com. Tamara Slobojan is our producer. It's 2:30.
Your station for breaking news, traffic, and weather.
This is News 1130. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on this Monday, November 30th. I'm Rika Renouf.
Along with John Ackerman, 9 degrees and blue skies in Vancouver. Here's what's making news right now.
When will the cash flow die down? The federal finance minister says she won't be taking her foot off the gas for stimulus spending until jobs recover.
A systemic problem needing to be urgently addressed. An investigation into racism in BC's ERs, not finding evidence of a sick game targeting Indigenous patients, but finding systemic stereotyping. They don't believe COVID is a thing. Vancouver police bust big parties this weekend as people continue to break public health rules.
The Seahawks will be looking to add to their divisional lead when they visit the Eagles in Philadelphia tonight. Sports at 45.
A losing day, but a big winning month for North American markets. The best for the Dow since the 80s, while more vaccine progress for Moderna has its stock taking another jump. Business at 56.
Hey, it's 2:31.
Let's go back to the traffic center. How are things going out there, Matt?
You know what? They're not bad right now, Rhea. I'm looking at the major routes, and so far, so good. No backups that I'm aware of, although Highway 1 eastbound is getting heavier, approaching 232nd, so I may have spoken too soon here. Any updates what's happening there? Highway 1 eastbound. I'm getting reports, actually, it's just a new problem. A stalled truck is blocking the left lane at 232nd, and that's why you're already backed up around 216th. The rest of the major routes, so if you exclude that one, the rest of the major routes look fine. Vancouver, a down tree has Commercial Drive blocked at William. Nothing is getting through north or southbound. Take Clark or take Victoria as an alternate route to get around. There's road work in Burnaby on Kingsway, eastbound Nelson, 3 lanes merged down to 1. And crews working in Langley, 64th Avenue at 202nd Street. Eastbound side is blocked off, so single lane east and west using the westbound lanes. Traffic for 604 Fix Leak. If you have water where it's not supposed to be, call 604 Fix Leak. Leak detection, plumbing, roofing, basements, any leak, anytime. Experience with insurance claims, that's 604 Fix Leak. Now from the News 1130 Weather Center, a lot of cut and copy this week. It's mainly sunny for today with a high to 10. Still wind in the forecast. Mainly clear overnight, drops down to a low to 1, and mainly sunny for Tuesday tomorrow with a high of 8. It's 9 at the airport, 8 in the valley, downtown sunny at 9 degrees.
News 1130 time now 2:33.
To your top story, more than $380 billion. Canada's deficit is massive, and yes, we can thank the pandemic.
As News 1130's Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney tells us, there's still no indication of when the government plans to turn off the taps.
With an ever-changing pandemic, Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland says it's hard to say how long the recovery will take, and she won't be winding down the spending until she's sure the country is on solid footing.
We will invest in every necessary public health measure, and we will support Canadian families and Canadian businesses.
Freeland will not set an exact date, but will rather base her decision on winding down spending on job creation numbers, the unemployment rate, and average hours worked. Conservatives like leader Aaron O'Toole are quick to criticize.
This government is late and has no plan.
The new measures in this economic update will face a confidence test in the House of Commons. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Widespread systemic racism. That's what a months-long investigation into BC's healthcare system has found. And while there wasn't evidence of a racist game being played, News 1130's Lisa Euster reports discrimination is rampant.
Mary Ellen Terpelafon, former children's advocate who headed the investigation, found 85% of those she heard from detailed racism receiving treatment. More than half the staff were Indigenous and participated, said they also face discrimination.
Indigenous women are disproportionately impacted by racism in healthcare, and racism in healthcare contributes to them being even more harshly impacted by the current pandemic and the opioid overdose crisis.
24 recommendations coming out of the report include improving the complaints process, broad education, and whistleblower protection for staff. The health ministers apologized and announced liaisons are being hired to focus on this in each health authority. I'm Lisa Yuzda.
Meantime, Cheryl Casimir, a member of the First Nation Summit political executive, believes this report paves the way for ending rampant racism in BC's healthcare system.
It's heartbreaking at first. Then I get a sense of anger. Why are Indigenous peoples being treated this way? Why are we being subjected to a lower quality of health care and patient care just because of the color of our skin? It's totally unacceptable.
She also supports having similar reviews done of BC's education, child welfare, and justice systems, too.
An anti-racism campaign is ramping up across the province.
Really aiming to get people to start to self-interrogate.
That is BC Human Rights Commissioner Kasari Govender. Her office started the campaign. The goal is to get people to look inward as incidents of racism are on the rise right around the province.
They say, well, I don't see color, so I must not be racist. But what we're showing here is that often means that you don't see racism. And if you can't see it, you can't root it out.
One ad asks, if I want to forget our province's history, am I racist? The ads run on bus shelters, billboards, and on buses. The campaign runs until December 11th. I'm Amanda Warwick.
2:36 in UZ 1130. Beautiful sunshine and 9 degrees here in Vancouver. Big parties were broken up and hefty fines were handed out. That's how Vancouver police spent their weekend as people continue to break COVID-19 protocols.
Between Friday and Saturday nights, there were 3 big parties in condo units in downtown Vancouver. 2 of the 3 were handed fines of $2,300. The other one, guests said sorry and felt remorse, so a $230 fine was issued instead. Constable Tanya Byzantine says a lot of people they encounter think the virus is a hoax.
You do have a neighbor and you hear a lot of noise and you believe there's a large party, definitely give us a call. You should go to 311 first. If you can't get through 311, you can definitely call or non-emerge, but 311 will be able to dispatch either a bylaw officer or police depending on the situation.
On Saturday night, officers also came upon a broken down limo downtown. 6 people were inside. The driver did not have a license or the right permit, and another expensive fine was given out. I'm Sonia Aslam.
The city of Surrey's proposed budget has landed like a lead balloon with the local business community. The Surrey Board of Trade suggests the transition to a municipal police force should be put on hold as we deal with the pandemic.
It needs to be put on pause.
Anita Huberman with the Surrey Board of Trade says money is needed to hire more Mounties.
We need to ensure that the current public safety infrastructure is ensuring the safety that residents and businesses need and the confidence and trust.
Huberman says the focus needs to be on economic recovery and hopes the city offers help to businesses in tough financial times. Property taxes in Surrey are proposed to go up 2.9% next year. I'm Tim James.
The union representing RCMP members says it has serious concerns with projected costs related to the now delayed police transition plan in Surrey. It comes ahead of the city's finance committee budget meeting today. National Police Federation President Brian Sauvé says while projected transition costs have tripled to $64 million, the city has not provided additional information to explain the overall cost increase.
Let's go stateside. Arizona has certified its election results, and Donald Trump is not the winner.
After claims by President Trump's campaign that he would end up the winner in Arizona, court challenges that went nowhere and protests, Arizona Secretary of State and Republican governor have now certified the win in Arizona for Joe Biden. Governor Doug Ducey.
The votes have been tabulated. All 15 counties have certified their results.
Ducey also signing documents allowing Senator-elect Mark Kelly to be sworn in this week, replacing Martha McSally, who was appointed after John McCain's death. Alex Stone, ABC News.
And the ground on which many tall buildings around Metro Vancouver is too soft. And in the event of the big one, a new UBC report warns, the buildings will see much more jiggling and swaying. What lead researcher Carlos Molina Hutt doesn't want you to think high-rises will necessarily tumble to the ground if we do have a magnitude 9 shaker.
It's just saying if you're inside the basin, you're going to experience shaking that's more severe than if you were, outside of the basin in more, in firmer ground.
Hutt wants provincial and national guidelines updated to keep soft ground in mind for future construction projects.
What do you think the street-level portions of the Broadway subway station, 6 of them, should look like? The province is inviting you to take a look at the draft designs in an online open house that's now underway, and it goes until Wednesday, December 9th. Those comments will be compiled and then taken to the next round of open houses that start early next year. Meantime, surveying and building removal has begun along the 5.7-kilometer extension. Once the Broadway subway opens in 2025, commuters can expect an 11-minute trip between VCC Clark and Arbutus stations.
2:39 now, and it's almost time to say farewell to those Movember mustaches. Don't I know it? Today is the last day of the annual fundraiser for prostate cancer and other men's health initiatives. Todd Minerson with Movember Canada says much of the money